You know what's harder than defeating a monster with one punch? Earning Saitama's respect. This man is so strong, he gets bored by winning. So imagine how rare it is for him to look at someone and say, "Yeah, you're cool." Today, we're counting down the top 10 people Saitama actually respects. And trust me, if you're on this list, you've done something very right, or very insane. Let's dive in. At number 10, Dr. Kuseno. Starting off with a quiet but critical figure, Dr. Kuseno. Now, he's not flashy, he doesn't throw punches. Heck, you probably forgot his name until now. But Saitama respects him because this man genuinely cares. He's Genos' mentor, the one upgrading our favorite cyborg every time he gets toasted in battle like a burnt plantain. Without Kuseno, Genos would be scrap metal. And if you mess with Genos, you're kind of messing with Saitama too. So yeah, respect where respect is due. Kuseno's brains and kindness keep Genos going, and that's more than enough for Saitama to nod in approval. At number 9, Flashy Flash. Ah yes, the ninja who looks like he escaped from an RPG game. Flashy Flash is fast, like blink and you're dead fast. When he fought alongside Saitama, he was one of the few who could actually keep up. Well, kind of. He thought Saitama was just a fellow top-tier ninja or something, completely unaware he was shadowboxing a literal god. Saitama doesn't say it out loud, but you can tell. He respects Flashy Flash's skills, even if he finds him a little dramatic. Hey, anyone who can make Saitama mildly impressed? That's a feat in itself. At number 8, Garou. Okay, now we're getting spicy. Garou went from misunderstood martial artist to full-blown anti-hero demon mode. He kept getting stronger and stronger, pushing past limits like he had cheat codes enabled. Even though Saitama could have ended him in 2 seconds, he didn't. Instead, he kept matching Garou's level, just to give him a chance. And you know what? That shows respect. Saitama only entertains those he finds interesting. And for a guy who's bored all the time, Garou's persistence gave him a rare taste of excitement. That's a big deal. At number 7, Suiryu. Remember that martial arts tournament arc? The one where Saitama wore a wig? Yeah, that one. Suiryu was the arrogant pretty boy with abs sculpted by the gods. At first, he saw Saitama as a joke, but then the monsters came, and Suiryu realized, oh, I'm not the main character here. He begged for help, and who answered the call? Yep, Baldy with the power of 1,000,000 nukes. Saitama respected Suiryu afterward, not for his strength, but for his change of heart. He fought, got humbled, and found purpose. And that evolution? That's something Saitama quietly admired. At number 6, Tatsumaki, Tornado of Terror. She's small, she's snappy, and she could probably throw your car into space. Tatsumaki, the terrifying tornado of psychic power, doesn't trust easily. Neither does Saitama. But when the two clashed, it was like a catfight between a hurricane and a mountain. Saitama didn't just tank her attacks. He matched her energy. And after their little scuffle, he didn't scold her. He understood her. That mutual I don't have time for nonsense vibe? Saitama respects her insane power and iron will, even if she's got the emotional maturity of a hangry toddler. At number 5, Boros. Now here's the one that changed everything. Boros is the closest thing to a boss battle Saitama ever had. The dude survived more than one punch. I mean, that alone qualifies him for a medal. He went full power, unleashed his final form, and literally kicked Saitama to the moon. And Saitama? He was like, oh, this is finally getting good. In the end, Boros still lost, but Saitama told him straight up, you were strong. That's rare praise coming from him. Boros may have died, but he died with Saitama's respect. And honestly, that's better than a trophy. At number 4, Moon Rider. Okay, hear me out. Moomin Rider is not strong. Like at all. He's the kind of guy who'd try to fight a Godzilla with a bicycle and a helmet from Walmart. But that spirit, though. When everyone else ran away, he stood tall, even knowing he was outmatched. Saitama respects courage, not just power. And Moomin Rider? He's the embodiment of pure, unshakable heart. In a world full of monsters, his humanity shines the brightest. That's why Saitama sees him as more than a C-class hero. At number 3, Genos, Saitama's #1 fanboy. Genos would literally jump into a volcano if Saitama asked him to. But Saitama doesn't respect him just because he's loyal. He respects him because Genos tries. No matter how many times he gets blown to pieces, he keeps training, upgrading, learning. He wants to close the gap, even if it's impossible. That kind of relentless determination, it earns Saitama's respect every day. Plus, he never complains when Saitama forgets their training schedule. Now that's friendship. At number 2, Bang. Here's a man who gets it. Bang, or Silver Fang, is one of the few S-Class heroes who knows Saitama's true strength. And he treats him with quiet reverence, like a wise old martial artist who recognizes a god when he sees one. Saitama in return respects Bang's humility. Despite being insanely strong, Bang never brags. He teaches, he mentors, and he owns up to his mistakes, especially with Garou. In Saitama's eyes, Bang's not just strong, he's honorable. That's rare. At number 1, King. And finally, the goat of faking it till you make it, King. This might shock you, but King is Saitama's best friend. The man is known as Earth's strongest hero, yet all he does is play video games and sweat nervously. He's completely powerless. But Saitama knows that and still respects him. Why? Because King is real. He doesn't pretend to be a hero. He's just a guy. Their friendship isn't based on power levels or fights. It's based on mutual boredom, loneliness, and the rare ability to just chill. And that's what Saitama values most. Not strength, not speed, but someone who gets him. At the end of the day, Saitama's respect isn't earned through flashy powers or epic speeches. It's earned through honesty, effort, courage, and sometimes just being real. Whether you're a psychic powerhouse or a scared dude on a bicycle, if you've got heart, Saitama will notice. And that's more powerful than any punch. Thanks for watching. Now go out there and earn your own Saitama nod, or at least don't get one punched. Catch you in the next video.